Okay, let's get away from all the politics, from the story of Lalit Modi and the story of yoga to what I believe should be really the top story of the day. Hooch, an illicit and deadly liquor, has now claimed over 100 lives in a Mumbai suburb, and we are still counting. The irony is that had this tragedy taken place in a South Mumbai or in the heart of Delhi, the outcry and action would perhaps have been resonating across the country. It would have been prime time breaking news all the day. So does the life of the poor in India come cheap? Where should the buck stop in one of Mumbai's biggest hooch tragedies? Mustafa Sheikh now reports.
Mumbai rocked by the worst hooch tragedy in a decade. The death toll close to 100, with 48 others still critical, undergoing treatment in different hospitals. Family members of the victims are shattered, with many losing their sole bread earners.
फ्यूचर क्या है? जब फ्यूचर बनाने वाला ही नहीं है तो फ्यूचर 1 लाख में क्या बनेगा?
छोटा 22 दिन का बच्चा है, उसको क्या करेंगे? छोटा है 2 बरस का, एक है 4 बरस का, उसको कहाँ से हम लोग लिखाई पढ़ाएंगे?
मैं तो बोलती हूँ ये सब दारू वाला दारू पूरा धंधा ही बंद करना चाहिए.
The administration finally waking up to the menace of illicit liquor, arresting 7 accused and conducting raids at the godown of one of them. The discovery at the godown was shocking. 900 liters of moonshine stored away in 9 drums and several other containers.
Up till now, we have arrested 7 accused and we got police custody remand till 26th of June. We are tracking the source of that liquor, but up till now, that source is not traced.
One disturbing aspect that has come forward in this incident is the alleged nexus between policemen and bootleggers. Though 8 policemen and 4 excise officials have been suspended for the complicity with the bootleggers, the question to ask is whether this action is enough to ensure that no families will lose their dear ones to spurious liquor again, whether the heat on bootleggers will be a sustained effort or they'll get back to business as usual, risking life of hundreds. Mustafa Sheikh in Mumbai for India Today.
And joining me now is the Guardian Minister of Mumbai in the BJP Shiv Sena government there. Vinod Tawde joins me. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Tawde. Close to 100 people are dead in a Mumbai suburb due to spurious liquor. Not for the first time have we seen a huge tragedy, and we are told there's much more spurious liquor flowing today in Mumbai's slums in particular. Doesn't this show that nobody fears the law in parts of your city?
Yeah, it is very sad that because of such type of liquor we are losing some 100 lives from the slums, from the working class. And yesterday only I met the families, and when I discussed with the concerned excise officers and the police officers, I have clearly told them that it is to be seen by the government that such type of liquor sale from all the slums should be uprooted.
You know, sir, that will only happen when you are actually willing to take action against your own policemen, because such a big network of bootlegging cannot run without the support of the local police. So suspending a few officers here and there, sir, is not going to end the problem.
Of course, local police and excise officers also, if they are hand in glove with them, we should not only wait till suspension, we should involve them in criminal case also.
But I'll tell you, Mr. Tawde, that the locals there are saying yes, police officers were involved. In fact, some are even saying there could be a political nexus of local slum lords, which is what often happens in such huge tragedies. Is it now a nexus? Police, bootleggers, slum lords, is there political pressure against you to act against such syndicates?
I don't think we'll bend to any political pressure. But yes, yesterday some officer telling me that whenever we are taking action against such people, there were some political leaders who tried to protect them. I have clearly mentioned them that you make a note, present it to the Honorable Chief Minister, to the Home Minister, who are the people who are doing this, and I think they should clearly report. And if there is some political nexus, that should be also open, and those political leaders also should be roped in this case.
You know, Mr. Tawde, I'm sorry to sound cynical, but many will say that the Maharashtra government has misplaced priorities. You have a beef ban in place, you are raiding beef shops, but you don't raid illicit liquor which is going scot-free. It took an incident like this for suddenly the police to have a crackdown in Mumbai, when everyone in Mumbai knows that in certain slums there is a flourishing business going on.
Rajdeep, I will tell you, we are very much concerned, and no issue of beef or anything. We are also strict on this illicit liquor, and government is in action. And within next few days, you will see, at least in my Mumbai suburb, I have decided the combing operation should be taken place in the slums, and this illicit liquor should be stopped immediately.
So it's taken 100 lives for you to realize that, but I'm sorry that why can't your state invoke tough acts like Makoka, the kind that you will invoke? Only when a bootlegger isn't going to be in jail for the next 5 years will we wake up to the reality of what spurious liquor can do to many poor families.
I think we are thinking on that option also, and if law and judiciary exactly concerned with it, then we'll go for Makoka.
Okay, I will wait and see whether you will go for Makoka, because my fear, sir, is that because these are poor families, governments don't act with the same severity that they would act if the rich and the famous were involved and they found themselves in a similar controversy. I appreciate your joining us here, sir, on the news today at 9. The Hooch tragedy, and I just wish that maybe we in the media also focused on that, and maybe also on the floods in Assam. We'll try and get you a story on that tomorrow, because if there are floods in Mumbai or Delhi, we have coverage right through the day, but not when it happens in Assam.